I'd like to begin the program by just saying thank you all for being here. It's been a little while since we've been able to have an event. This is our first big one this year, and so we really appreciate that you all have come out. This is our 31st annual Winthrop Chamber of Commerce Chamber and Community Awards evening. I'd like to thank Cottage Park Yacht Club, who put in new windows for us so we'd have a nice view, painted the place. No, but who always take great care of us, and Janine Stanton in particular for being the club manager and helping us out. For those of you who don't know, I'm Betsy Shane. I'm the executive director of the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce. I want to thank Ann Ward, who's the woman standing in the back of the room, who's works in our office, for helping us with doing all of this. The Chamber of Commerce is a nonprofit business organization whose mission is to work with the town and the state government to foster the economic enhancements of our businesses and our business districts, helping them to maintain a long-term economic vitality and growth, to make Winthrop a better place to work, play, and live. Tonight, we come together from all corners of our community to recognize and thank those who are truly making a difference. We want to recognize service and volunteerism through these awards, two components which we think contribute to a strong community. A community is a group that shares common values. We are here tonight to honor those who have given their time to our community of Winthrop. In addition to our award recipients, we have some honored guests with us this evening, so I'd like to recognize them for their support of the Chamber and for the Winthrop community. Past Town Council President Peter Gill, House Representative Jeff Turco, where was I? From Senator Lydia Edwards' office, Eric Reedster. Town Council President and School Committee Member Jim Lettieri. Town Councilor Stephen Ruggiero. Town Councilor Hannah Belcher. Board of Health Chair Bill Schmidt. School Committee members Suzanne Swope and Gus Martucci. Superintendent of Schools Lisa Howard. Principal of the Winthrop High School Matt Crombie. Director of DPW Steve Calla. Human Resources Director Stacy Calla. Not here yet, but coming is Deputy Chief of Police John Goodwin. And last but not least, our town manager, Tony Marino. Thank you. In addition, I'd like to thank every teacher who is here tonight for the work that you do every day with our children. We've started this year filled with optimism. This is our first big event, so I'd like to introduce to you some members of our working and committed group, the Chamber's Board of Directors. I want to thank them for their support for us in the office in trying to run the organization, and so I'd like to introduce to you who they are. Members who could not join us here tonight are Ernie Hardy, Joe Gugino, Stephen Quigley, Justin Kopek, Mary Ann Russo, and Chris Crocker. Members who are here tonight: Mark Chapdelaine, who is our board president, Nicole Bottano, who is one of our new board members, and Cheryl Queen, who is our board treasurer. Thank you. Mark, come on up and I'll give you the mic. Get you there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you very much, Betsy. My name is Mark Chapdelaine. Sometime in February, I was appointed or elected or nominated to be the president of the Chamber. I came to this town 11 years ago with my wife, now 3 kids. They weren't with us when we started 11 years ago. But we came here and we fell in love with the community. The beach, the restaurants, the business community that is here. As time went on, I was fortunate enough to get on the licensing board, and then COVID hit. When COVID hit, licensing board suddenly became important. Outdoor seating was real. We were trying to figure out how to safely reopen restaurants, and the licensing board was somehow empowered from the governor's orders to go forward and get us to reopen our restaurants. During that time, I worked with Betsy. It was my first real leading of Betsy, and they didn't want us driving, so I was riding my bikes to different places as we tried to get that June 5th opening. And I would meet Betsy at each place, and we would talk in between. And it was a scenario where restaurants had no idea. They didn't know what they could have. They knew they could have these 4 tables over here, maybe 15 feet apart, and as long as the wind was blowing that way. And it took everyone to take a deep breath, and that deep breath resulted in us looking at each and every restaurant that applied and finding ways to maximize tables, finding ways to maximize revenue, and finding ways to keep every one of our restaurants open. Betsy was behind all of that. I was looking today at some stats of restaurants that failed. 61% of restaurants fail within their first 3 years, according to the National Restaurant Association. During COVID, 90,000 restaurants in America closed, never to reopen. That's somewhere around 15% of all restaurants. Winthrop, we kept 100% open. And that was the work of Betsy Shane. What she did was she went place to place, over and over, and she consistently pressed our elected officials. She consistently pressed every button she could press to bring more money to Winthrop, to bring more attention to Winthrop, and most of all, to get our restaurants reopened, and they're all open because of it, and she's the reason why. And I don't have an award for it. So thank you all for coming. Thank you to the board. Thank you for including me, I guess, on the board. And we look forward to some great things. We are looking forward to some brown bag networking opportunities. We're looking forward to some educational opportunities, and bring back some normalcy. Bring back to where we were back in the old days, in the 19s and the 18s, when we just did whatever the heck we wanted and didn't know what a mask was. So looking forward to the next year, and thank you all for coming tonight. It's really a testament, I think, to the chamber that this room is so full. Thank you.
Okay, I didn't write any of that. None of that was down there where it says Mark speaks now. It's time for me to now bring up Matt Crombie so that he can present the Youth Leadership Awards. There you go.
Thank you so much, Betsy. And as always, I want to thank the Chamber for having us and for recognizing our students at Winthrop High School. So the Youth Leadership Award is given to 2 students in the junior class who have demonstrated exemplary service to both their school and greater community. And for our first award, Robert Rich is an exemplary junior student who has made many significant contributions to Winthrop High School over the years. His academic achievements include receiving the President's Education Award for being in the top 10% of his class in his freshman year. He is a recent inductee into the National Honor Society, and he was recently chosen as a Student Leader of the Month in his Digital Media 2 class. Robert is heavily involved in extracurricular activities at Winthrop High School. He has played an active role in the student body as a member of the social committee. He has played varsity football for 3 years, varsity hockey for 3 years, and just this year was named assistant captain of the hockey team. He has also played lacrosse for the past 3 years and was named captain in his sophomore year. Robert was recently named Athlete of the Month for the month of May. Outside of school, Robert is an active volunteer. He attended the National Youth Leadership Forum in Washington, D.C. He volunteers as a flag football coach for middle school students, and he also helps Phil Ronan in the Veterans Affairs office in Winthrop. During the summer, Robert also volunteers at Children's Hospital in Boston, and he works at Parks and Rec. Robert is the son of Kara and Bob Rich, and he has 2 brothers, Nicholas and Matthew. He likes spending time with his friends and going to Chipotle and playing sports. He credits his mother, Kara, his family, friends, and coworkers for inspiring him and motivating him to be a leader within his community. He hopes to go to college and pursue a career as an athletic trainer. Undoubtedly, Robert has a very bright future ahead of him. The Winthrop Chamber of Commerce is proud to present the Award for Youth Leadership to this exceptional young man, Robert Rich.
Matt, come on over. We're doing a picture.
And for our next award, Hannah Parker is an outstanding junior student who has made many significant contributions to Winthrop High School over the past few years. Her academic achievements include her recent induction into the National Honor Society, and she has earned either high honor roll or honor roll in each marking period since the beginning of her high school career. Hannah is heavily involved in extracurricular activities at Winthrop High School. She has participated in numerous sports since her freshman year, such as hockey, soccer, and lacrosse. She has also served as president of her class freshman, sophomore, and junior year. She now serves as the vice president on the Winthrop High School Student Council Executive Board. She volunteers with the local WinArc program in partnership with the Special Olympics on a weekly basis. Also, she has created a youth lacrosse clinic alongside her peers for young girls in town interested in lacrosse. Hannah is the daughter of Kelly and Nathaniel Parker and has two siblings, Jonathan and Ryan. She enjoys spending time with her family as well as traveling, watching sports, and being with friends. She credits her family and friends at Special Olympics for motivating her to always be her best self. She hopes to go to college and pursue a career in the medical field. Undoubtedly, Hannah has a very bright future ahead of her. The Winthrop Chamber of Commerce is proud to present the Award for Youth Leadership to this exceptional young woman, Hannah Parker.
Thank you, Matt. Congratulations, Robert and Hannah. One of the things that got missed that was on Mark's list to say, but he went somewhere else, was that in addition to the plaques that everyone's getting this evening from us, the recipients are also getting official citations from the Massachusetts House of Representatives, the State Senate, and the Winthrop Town Council. The Chamber of Commerce has been sponsoring this, as we've said, for 31 years. I've always been impressed by the quality of the recipients in the various categories, and this year is no exception. The first award is given to those who've gone above and beyond in their work for the town of Winthrop and its government, demonstrating a commitment to civic good. Larissa fits the perfect description of what that is. It has been in her position, managing the town manager's office for the last 3 town managers and an interim 1 or 2. One repeated a couple of times. We're keeping Tony, by the way. She has always been a help whenever I've needed it, whether it's navigating through departments or paperwork or whatever it is. She's just always helpful. She's helpful, she's professional, she's pleasant, she's funny, she's organized, she's hardworking, and she's just nice. A quick little story, because I can't say enough about it, but I don't want it to be too dripping sweet there. When we decided to give Larissa this award, I wanted to notify Tony beforehand, and then I couldn't figure out how, because I knew that his email was probably read by Larissa. Phones were picked up by Larissa. She sits right outside of his office with his door open. It was like I didn't know how to get to him because she was always there. So for that moment, that was difficult. For every other moment, for all of us, that is good. Another quick story is, I think it was probably townwide yard sale. She and I were talking. She mentioned she gets the phone calls a lot at her office. I was like, just tell them to call me down at the chamber. She's like, why don't you just tell me what all the specifics are and I'll just answer their questions for them. I'm like, that's great. That's both good for me, that's great for the person who doesn't have to make 2 phone calls, and it's just Larissa being Larissa. She's always available, whether it's for family, friends, neighbors, town hall, or the community. She's just always there. So I'm very proud to present the Town Service Award to Larissa Wojak. Well, it's just going to be too sweet.
I know. Thank
There
you.
you go. For you, photo. Service Award is presented to an individual or a group has contributed to the community in a meaningful way over a span of time. Sarko Agrarian has extensive experience as a Winthrop Lieutenant Police Officer, a mental health counselor, and a variety of other community-oriented positions, with a specific focus on the multi-sector partnerships between law enforcement and public health for the benefit of all, especially the vulnerable populations. Currently, as a lieutenant police officer, he supports a multidisciplinary team response to mental health challenges and policies and procedures related to mental health responses, facilitates connection of people in need with appropriate services, assists the police chief and the director of public health with recovery initiatives, and provides police peer group and provides critical incident stress management. He's a founding member of an internationally recognized recovery-oriented community policing methodology known as Community and Law Enforcement Assistance Recovery, in this town otherwise known as CLEAR. In addition, he is also a mental health counselor at Elliott Health and Human Services. I think that's in Everett. He's also trained in psychedelic assisted psychotherapy and completed the 100-hour training for the Multidisciplinary Association of Psychiatric Studies. He is working on completing his PhD, which will continue to help him in the studies of post-traumatic stress disorder and other disorders so that he can continue to help those in the community. He is there's a long list of more that is there. He unfortunately isn't here tonight because he is off doing some of this work out of town. So accepting on his behalf is Meredith Hurley. Yeah, he said this last year. Okay, our next award is the Patriot Award. There we go, those in the back. The Patriot Award is given to someone who's demonstrated a love for town and country, exemplifying the American spirit. Jason was in the Army, 82nd Airborne, 1st Infantry, for 7 years, deploying to both Kosovo and Iraq. I think he retired out as a sergeant, is that right? Okay. As a veteran, he has continued to give back. At Christmas time, there's a house on Sunnyside Ave that gets all lit up. I'm not sure how much his neighbors love it, but people love driving down that street, and everybody knows the house that I'm talking about. But Jason is the one who does that. And then the donations that he gets go to benefit veterans. A year ago, on June 18th, he opened Drop Zone Brewery, named and themed at the suggestion from his wife, Ginny, after the time that he had served. And that it was a big part of his life, because that's who he is. A veteran who served our country and continues to give back to his community. The Winthrop Chamber of Commerce is honored to present the 2023 Patriot Award to Jason. Who probably has to leave soon to go back to Drop Zone and work.
I do.
Those are all for you. All right, photo. Our next award is the Excellence in the Arts Award, which is given to an individual or group who makes a lasting contribution to the arts and Winthrop's cultural scene. WISPA, as most of us know, is the Winthrop School of Performing Arts. It was begun 37 years ago by someone most of us know, Trudy Massaro. The school has taught most of the children in Winthrop the art of dance, acting, and voice. This past August, Trudy decided to retire. When John decided to retire, finding someone to take over who had the heart and soul that she had might not be an easy task, but there was Elisa. She's been dancing since she was a kid. She's been teaching dance at WISPA for over a decade. She said in an interview back in August, "I'm happiest when I'm teaching." We're happy she is, and that she's taken over as director at the Winthrop School of Performing Arts. When we first met in my office, I mentioned things like the holiday lighting, various other performances that we have where we could have the kids come. She was so excited to get the kids involved and to keep them involved in the community. Her enthusiasm shines out in all the work that she does and in the kids' performances. So please give a big hand for the Winthrop School of Performing Arts and Alicia for this year's Excellence in the Arts Award. I got a stage.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Thank you. You got a bunch of good stuff. Okay. Oops, I need this. Our next award is the award for visual achievement. This year's recipient is the Procopio Company for their addition to ours in our center of the Somerset building. It's the new apartment building where the old dollar store was located. They took an old abandoned building, they added a beautiful building which fits in very well with our center. Early on, I met with Angelo from Procopio. They wanted to become members, and we just wanted to talk with them about how they're reaching out to communities of renters, and then also if they had some commercial space there. Angelo's here tonight, so I'm going to embarrass him a little. Anyway, we were talking in my office, and I was talking to him about the commercial space that they have on the first floor. Who did he want to put in there? What were some ideas that they thought might work? And then I wanted to be able to also give them input about what we knew would work or wouldn't work. So the first thing Angelo says is, I don't know, we were thinking about a really nice coffee shop. Just went, no! I said, first of all, there's one across the street from you. Second of all, there's two other ones in the center, besides other ones that are in town. They're all busy, they're all healthy. We don't need another coffee shop, and you don't need one to come in and then not last. So we've gotten along famously since then. I've seen the units inside, they're gorgeous. They're also full, and they have, as of now, also rented the commercial space on the first floor. So the building it's got great young professionals in it who are shopping locally, eating locally, and hopefully will continue to support our businesses. So it is with great honor that we award the Procopio Company with a Visual Achievement Award for the Somerset. I had to embarrass you a little. Thank you. Thanks for coming, Deirdre. Stand right here. The next award is for the Coach of the Year. It brings us great honor to present Coach Jerry Giello with Coach of the Year Award. Jerry has dedicated a lifetime to the community and to the sport for girls soccer, coaching youth travel all the way to varsity and also some at the Madanon. He has instilled discipline, sportsmanship, education, and love for the game for over the past 35 years. His daughter Tracy took that passion and drive, leading the varsity girls high school team and coaching alongside her dad, who is currently the Vikings junior varsity coach. He's also dedicates his spring season by helping the 7th and 8th grade travel team, prepping the young players both mentally and physically for the transition into high school and on the high school field. He's a role model and a pillar to the soccer and the Winthrop community alike, and anyone who has ever had the honor to play for him throughout the years should be blessed to have such a dedicated and devoted coach. Congratulations, Jerry, on this much-deserved Coach of the Year award. Just to be clear, that was not written by me, but it was written by somebody you did coach once, Nicole Batano. Hey, thank you. There you go. Face the camera. In the audience tonight, we have many friends from the school department. So again, I want to thank you for joining us, and also the teachers who come every year in a large group to support each other and the community. This is the Educational Excellence Award. The award is presented to a teacher who represents all educators, one that exemplifies the quality of a good teacher, dedication, involvement in the community, high professional standards, a sense of humor, respect, and commitment to academic excellence. This award has been chosen by, this recipient is chosen by the Winthrop Teachers Association. Presenting this year's award is someone who represents all those qualities for this award, last year's recipient, Connie Grayson.
The Winthrop Public School has been blessed with a teacher that has enriched and guided our precious children, as well as his fellow colleagues. When we were asked to nominate this teacher, here are some of our responses that we wrote about this wonderful teacher and friend. This teacher has turned his young 10-year-old students into strong, stable, young adults that will lead our nation someday. This teacher is dedicated, passionate, and he cares about everyone around him in his own special way. This teacher has been our master chef, our party coordinator, our morale booster, and the Halloween and monthly costume designer for all of us for so many days. This teacher, through the making of wedding veils, wedding dresses, communion dresses, prom dresses, sports attire, his flair of fashion shows in so many ways. This teacher always takes on challenges with grace and, of course, bagels too. This teacher makes every school year memorable for his students, me and you. This teacher is the epitome of an excellent teacher who is creative, engaging, and enthusiastic day in and day out. This teacher makes the classroom an enjoyable place for all his students and teacher assistants, it is without a doubt. This teacher helps his students in school and during after school become the best they can be. This teacher has given students and his colleagues the tools to be creative, productive, and successful for all to see. This teacher has given up so much of himself while helping to grow our youth into creative, responsible adults, we all do say. This teacher has immersed everyone in the Winthrop Public School with his boundless, transcendent love in many a way. This teacher is loved, respected, and admired by those who know him as a teacher, colleague, mentor, and a friend too. This teacher has shown intelligence, wisdom, sensitivity, and kindness in all that he does do. This teacher is our rock. Rock, like an angel, you hold dear our students' unique and special gifts. Your inner light always shines so every child sees themselves as bright as you do. Through your daily words of encouragement and love, you help your students and your colleagues know the world's endless possibilities. All of us and your students who you have touched are beyond blessed. In the words of Winnie the Pooh, of course, if you live to be 100, we want to live to be 100 minus 1 day. So we will never have to live without you. We love you to the moon and back, always and forever. I think he wants to make a speech.
I need to make a speech.
You need to make
Yeah.
a speech?
He needs to
I need to make this.
God, here we go.
Here we go.
We'll be here till 9.
All right, I'm just gonna read this.
You gotta stand here. So
I
that,
do?
Yeah, because that microphone
Oh
needs
my.
to get picked up.
I gotta read this. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. I'm incredibly honored and humbled to receive this year's Winthrop Chamber of Commerce Excellent Award. I'd like to say a few things. I'm sorry that I am. I want to thank the outstanding amount of colleagues who have influenced me greatly over the years, my past and present colleagues, the administration, and my 5th grade team. You all have become my work family. You have been a constant source of motivation and inspiration to me. Your guidance and support has been invaluable to me, and I would not be standing here today without the encouragement, friendship, wisdom, and support you have given me. You are my heroes. Special thanks to my coworker, Jen Dykins. I don't know what I would have done without Jen's unwavering encouragement, support, and friendship. Connie, I love you. The idea of working without her is unimaginable. It is because of her that I have been able to achieve so much in this field. You have kept me sane through these years. You have been my rock. I would like to say to my mother and father, thank you. I love you. I want to thank my wife, Angela, and my 2 sons, Andrew and Anthony, for their love and support. They have always been there for me through the good and bad, and I could not have achieved this anything without them. This award is not just for me. It's for all the teachers and educators in the district who work tirelessly every day to make differences in the lives of our students. I am proud to be a part of such a wonderful community. Thank you. Woo! Thanks, guys. I dropped the mic.
No one knows. That could be bad. On the line.
On the line.
This is you. Better to hold than that. No, you're good. You're good. The Chamber Member of the Year Award has been given to an active member who has shown strong commitment and supports the achievements of the Chamber's mission. It recognizes a Chamber member who is actively involved and willingly helps the Chamber. Jimmy Gillis in the Winthrop Pro Shop means a great deal to many groups here at Winthrop. Can you hear us okay back there, Jim? Here's some of the ways that he and the shop mean to us. For the casual shopper who started renting in Winthrop and wants to buy some Winthrop gear to show off their awesome community, they can get it at the Pro Shop. The parents who trust them in there to size, fit, and special order equipment from a myriad of sports, including pink hockey skates. I think they're out now, but I know people who've gotten them. For the coaches and the event planners who have the confidence that their awards and plaques will be etched perfectly. God, I couldn't have said that better myself, Jim. Jimmy wears all these hats so well, and just from chatting with him, you can tell that he's proud to live and work in Winthrop. That's pretty lucky for us, as he also makes him an outstanding chamber member. He's always involved, he's always supportive in any of the events we do, and he's always somebody that I often go to last minute for something that I need, and he gets it done. This year's award is presented to Jimmy Gillis in the Winthrop Pro Shop. Come on up, Jim. Okay, we got one more. Pretty quick, which is going to be member of the, business of the year. I'm going to have Mark come up and introduce this group. But I also want people to know a couple of things. We've got coffee and cookies in the back. There's still probably some more food. The bar's still open. Even after this, we'll still be around for a little bit. But this is our final award for tonight. It's the Business of the Year award, and Mark's going to present it. You got to stay here, though, because Mike needs that. You on that mic, too.
Sure, I'll stand still. No, I could use the specs. I'm getting old. Before I get into this award, I do want to just thank all of our leaders for being here. Town council president's here. We have a state rep here. We have most of our school committee here. We get the DPW director here. I mean, this is a community that is all for the businesses. This education is here. They're for the businesses. It's telling because all of these parts make us whole. All of these parts make us a great place to spend our lives. And I'm really proud of what I've seen tonight. I'm really proud of the different businesses, not just that, or the different people that receive the awards, but actually all of the lives that those people changed to get the award. I think The Rock was pretty on point, that it's not him. It's all of the fifth grade teachers he works with. That's amazing for anyone with a fifth grader in this school system. So it's amazing that we all work together because we all want this to be a great community, and it's the people in this room that make that happen. So thank you all. Now, as Betsy pointed out, the final award tonight is for the Business of the Year. This honor is given to a superior business which serves Winthrop with dependability and longevity while upholding the highest standards of customer service and business ethics. Tough one saying that. By all accounts, this year's recipient meets all of these qualifications. Let's start with dependability. 6:30 a.m. every morning, two people pull up to Somerset Ave and lug coolers full of ice. Bill, don't make any ice things that we can't bring ice. Earmuffs. And these folks work every day. They show up there day in, day out. They produce high quality products. They give them to their neighbors. Every once in a while, the people in line will be lucky enough to hear that angelic sound of ding, free coffee. This year, we celebrate Winthrop Center's independent bookstore, the toy store, and the greeting card store. They support even local artists hanging things on their wall. Now, making these available products to members of our community, it seems minor. It seems not important. But it's a layer of the fabric that makes a community, that makes a home. That when our kids look back and they see the community they grew up in, they see that old soda fountain nostalgia. That they see what it looks like, what it could be. And this business embodies what it could be, what it can be. Now, at 10 years in business, we can look back to quotes that they might have given the newspaper on their 5-year anniversary. And their young owner described the business as a town staple with a warm atmosphere and a friendly vibe. And I think, 5 years later, that still holds true today. Now, this mother, daughter, and sometimes Sandra team, they serve coffee, scones, treats from a decaf cappuccino to a avocado toast. They don't care who's ordering. They treat everyone that is first in the line as their number one customer. They know their customers' names. They know their customers' orders. They know their customers' kids' orders. And I haven't verified this yet, but I think they know some of their customers' kids' orders. Now, going back to the early days of the pandemic, this restaurant never closed. Never one day. Now, these are two people that are scared to death of COVID. They had 2, 3, 4, 6 masks on. They wouldn't let poor Gus into the store to get his tea. They created the Gus window. And yet, they knew what an important aspect of our community they are. They knew that people needed that cup of normalcy. They needed that in our darkest times. They gave bags of ground coffee to people if they were going to be closed. They did whatever they could to try to make the best of an awful situation. This is a family-owned and operated business. They support our community in this chamber. They have done so throughout their operation the last 10 years. They've demonstrated a commitment to our community in the best mutual interests of our town. I'm proud to present this year's Business of the Year Award to the Winthrop Book Depot and Cafe and to its May 2023 Employee of the Month, Sue Martucci, and her boss, Suzanne. Congratulations. Come on up. Congratulations. Oh, I'm sorry. Congratulations. Congratulations.
You're part of the team. Over here. Oh, yeah, no. She's got it. All right. Everybody up, right here. We gotta squeeze Mark in. No, she's not saying any words. It would be here for a while. Okay, I want to thank Suzanne and her team for their commitment to us and to the community. This was certainly a wonderful evening. And I want to thank you all for being a part of it. Congratulations once again to our award recipients, from Ann and I in the office to the Chamber's Board of Directors. We all thank you very much. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge the media that is here, which is Mike Cabral, who's taping this for WCAT. Marianne, who's photographing for the Winthrop transcript. Thank you both for your help. Ginny Gillis's mom was in the hospital earlier in the week, and so she couldn't make it tonight, but I told Jimmy the other day she'll be able to watch this on Channel 3 as soon as Mike gets it up there or on YouTube. As always, please remember to support the businesses that support our community. We're done here with the awards. On behalf of the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce, thank you all for joining us tonight. Have a great weekend. We're still open. Stay, have another drink if you want. Some more food, coffee and dessert, or coffee and cookies. But otherwise, have a great weekend. Thank you very much.